Hello! Hello. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back. It has been a while. I did say this week's streams were going to be a little bit kind of airy-fairy, largely for the sake of needing to sort a whole bunch of stuff out, both IRL and with regards to the streams going forward. Safe to say there's going to be some pretty major changes coming soon. A couple of things I just want to mention first of all. I do want to give a huge shout out to our supporters on Patreon. Genuinely, your support means the world to me, and it really does help keep things going over here. Allows me to bring more of these streams to you, and hopefully pretty soon on a more consistent basis as well. As well as being able to fund a few other things that I've got going on in the pipeline too. I do want to mention as well, pretty soon it's going to be the main way people are going to be able to support me. So a big thank you to Ember Does a Thing for resubbing for 6 months. Wow. On a 4-month streak. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Genuinely, it means a lot. But I've kind of come to the decision, thanks to the help of the people in my community as well, through our Discord, !dis in the chat if you want to be a part of that. And it's looking pretty likely that one of the big things that I'm going to be doing to change things up is going to be turning off affiliate status, which means no more subs, no more emotes, no more channel points, but most importantly, no more freaking ads. It's like, I know those of you who've been sat around since the pre-stream just had to deal with like a minute and a half worth of ads at like in total over the course of like the space of about 15 minutes or so. And even all that's doing is just going to like stop the pre-roll ads for new people coming into the channel for about an hour. And then after that, the ads will be back up and running again in full force. And I hate that. Everyone hates that. It's probably a huge point as to why and I don't care if I'm breaking terms of service by saying this, it's a huge point as to why Twitch is probably dying as a platform. Like, if they don't start treating not only their content creators, but also their audience with more respect, they're going to lose out to the competition that's out there. At the moment, their biggest competitor is YouTube. And that's not a competitor to sniff at. Like, YouTube is starting to massively overtake Twitch in terms of usability and soon discoverability. And that's just going to make Twitch basically unusable for the most part, for just your average person wanting to come in and view streams, and for people like myself who just want to stream for fun, but also maybe would quite like to get a little bit of something out the other end of it, you know? So yeah, there's some changes coming to the channel pretty soon, but it's all changes that have been sort of bubbling away in the background for a little while now. I'll be able to announce a bit more about them once something happens. But that's one of the biggest changes, and it's going to be coming pretty soon. I'm going to be putting a lot of, I'm going to be rebuilding my Patreon from the ground up, and actually making it worthwhile to subscribe at the higher tiers. But at the moment, there's still like a very baseline couple of quid a month tier that you can chuck at me, and almost like Patreon takes fees, but they don't take anywhere near as much as Twitch does. So most of that money will come straight to me as a content creator. Whereas as it currently stands, your £4, £5 a month sub on Twitch, more than half of that goes to Amazon before I even see a single penny of it. Which, yeah, people's opinions on that kind of vary, but for the most part, when people find out about it, they get rightfully upset. Because let's face it, you're here to watch me. You're here to spend time with me, not with the big nameless faceless corporation that owns Twitch. You know, you're not paying Daddy Bezos to sit here and paint daft little miniatures for yourself and make an arse of themselves playing horror games on Saturday nights. You're paying me to do that. So, you know, why should they get the biggest slice of the pie? Really as simple as that. Especially when the usability of this platform is steadily going downhill, like just from a viewer's perspective as well. So yeah, anyway, little rant over. Something a bit more positive and a bit more exciting to announce, and I'll probably announce this again a little bit later on in the stream as well, when we've got a few more people watching. We are currently running a sale over on our 3D print store. Exclamation point 3D in the chat to find out a bit more about it, but there will also be like a timer going off like throughout the stream through Nightbot that will remind people as well. It's quite straightforward. It's 25% off all orders above £15 in our 3D print store. I don't quite know how long it's going for. My partner Ember handles the vast majority of that side of things. But it's there, and if, as that says, if you have a mighty need for some more high-quality grey plastic in your lives, then that's a good way of going about it. And yeah, a little bit of a sale on it too, so get on in that. Speaking of, you're going to see quite a fair bit of that on the stream tonight, going on to the end of August. Fantastic, good to know. I will adjust things accordingly when and as I need to. Thank you for mentioning that. So yeah, you're probably going to see a lot of that tonight, because, I'm not going to lie, I really, really, really want to paint. I really want to paint. It's too warm to paint. Like, seriously. Even with the fan going behind me, I'm running full risk of my paint just boiling and my bristles catching fire. That's how warm it is. But I do also have a mountain of stuff to build. So that's what we're going to do today. Basically for summer break. Brilliant. I think it's fair. I think it's a damn good offer. And I hope people actually take advantage of that. Because, you know, you totally should. Right, so, there we go. Also a bit of a taste of the new setup. When it's ready to go for painting. We've cleared off a lot of the screen clutter now, and we've effectively sprayed the cutting mat completely black, so a nice light absorbent surface. It is currently covered in super glue, but you know that's something we can take care of later. And yeah, it's just gonna make quality of things a little bit nicer. So, now this is kind of like a bit of a view of things that you will probably see on the channel here and thereabouts, but also in like other places too. As I say, I've got things going that I really want to work on. Content creation wise, that are going to make things just so much better, so much easier. And you know, actually it gets me doing things that I want to do and that I've been wanting to do for a long time now, whilst also being able to give back to people, which has kind of been a bit of a big thing for me. I was a bit worried. Oh, okay, so just a little bit of a heads up as to what I'm doing at the moment here. We've got a 3D printed Cryptek, basically Technomancer, for some upcoming Necron flavored projects. And it's not quite the same as the Cryptek's supposed to be, because the Cryptek's supposed to be like, it's supposed to have this weird sort of like cloak made of cables, and it's meant to be sort of sitting on like the bottom bit of that cloak, and it's sort of meant to be next to this sort of big mechanical spidery thing. Now I was a bit concerned, like, actually it seems like a small mini, a 50mm base is going to be, feels like it's going to be too big for it. No, it's actually perfect. So, yeah, that's fun, I guess. Wait, is that serious? Are demonettes seriously on 25mm bases? Wow, okay. Again, that feels way too small. But I suppose they are like quite nippy things. Very fast. So yeah, we do have a demonette here who, quite frankly, the design of it probably is going to get me kicked off Twitch. So probably not going to focus on that too much. But you know, again, all this for some fun upcoming projects that I'm quite excited to work on. Wait, hold on, the Technomancer. You've got the cloaks. Oh, brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Actually, yeah, I think it'd be quite cool. Yeah, I'd greatly appreciate that. There we are. That's the super glue I was working with. In which case, what I'll probably do whilst I'm waiting for that cloak to come through, probably gonna make a start by gluing this thing. Now is really not the time to get a super glue blockage. Just want to put that out there. Doing me a concern. Right, just need a teeny bit of wire. Should have somewhere. About 3 hours. Need to print it first. Oh, okay, fair enough, I guess. I mean, I'm not that desperate for it. Wait, hang on. Oh, it's a fresh tube. Oh, okay. I must have chucked out the one I was using the other day then. Never mind. Thought I had one printed, but it's for a different model. Yeah, that one you were showing me earlier. I'm pretty sure that's meant to be an Overlord. Or something thereabouts at any rate. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun fighting with super glue. Just working on all these 3D prints. Okay, I should probably get a good idea of... Yeah, okay, fair enough. $50mm base, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be all kinds of fun seeing this fucking thing slide around, I think. Yeah, I think that kind of works. Actually, it looks kind of nice being a little bit off center. Oh, as I mentioned on the last stream I did, which was almost a week ago now, yikes, we are still running our sale for Pride Month. Like, I say sale. Effectively, there is a Pride Month themed t-shirt for sale available in the merch store. Link is down below if you want to get it. It's not going to be available for much longer. It will be going pretty soon, so get it while you can. That's going to be my advice. Yeah, I think I like the idea of this guy riding this mechanical spider. There. At least I would if he stayed upright on it. It's a very slippy round surface, so it's not really wanting to stay upright. I mean, the alternative is I could just try and secure this in place with some resin. That is also an alternative. That would actually be way more stable than using super glue. That's kind of become one of my favorite go-to methods of like just building the resin 3D prints we've been doing, is just building it with resin. Just taking like a little cotton bud of resin and then smushing the bits together, shining a UV torch on it, and then like within 10 seconds it's like a perfect secure bond. Like borderline unbreakable, to the point where I'm actually thinking of just doing that right now. I feel like I'd have way better luck with it. Yeah, F it. That's pretty much what I'm going to do. Right. And, oh god, yeah. Yeah, this is going to react weird with the super glue. But that's fine. Not necessarily the end of the world. Right, where's my little UV light? There it is. And look at that, with it almost no time flat. That's like perfect. Perfectly secure now. Let's see if I can't clean that up though. There we are. Almost as if it was all one piece. I like that. That's actually really cool. Right, that's going over there with the rest of models to be primed and then painted. Right, next up, the mini that will very likely just get me yeeted off Twitch if I'm not careful. I was saying, never look up a Slaanesh Demon's loincloth with this one in particular. There's a reason why. There we are. Just doing a little bit of cleaning up there. Let's not draw too much attention to that. Now comes the fun bit of trying to work out what is actually part of the detail and what are just little bits of leftover supports on this. Because it's clearly like a very spiky model, but at the same time, yeah, okay, I think that's probably about as good as that's going to get. Okay, just going to pop that over there to one side to fully set and cure. Whilst I crack on with the next lot. Next lot being a load of Eradicators for my Salamanders, which once I've got these builds, these properly finished builds, because really it's just shoulder pads and then putting on bases that I need to do now. Same with my Infernus Marines, I just need to put a load of shoulder pads on those. And then I take some old Assault Intercessors that I've got, reprime those. Then I effectively have 1,000 points of Salamanders, which is kind of amazing, really, considering how recent I actually set on that little endeavour of building that army. It's quite fantastic, all things considered. Eradicator squad. There it is, Primaris Eradicators. I feel like they're 50 mil bases as well, aren't they? 40 mils. Oh, right, okay. I should still have some. I know we printed a load off. I was going to say it's the only 40 mil base I've got before I have to start resorting back down to resorting to the printed ones. Oh, yeah, that looks like that might be the case actually. Oh no, got one more. Should have another one here somewhere. Okay. Looks like we're using some of the 3D printed ones then. But I realise I'm probably going to need actually some 32mm bases. Whoa, okay. Don't have mold lines to deal with 3D prints, which is so good. Oh my god, it's such a good feeling to not have to deal with mold lines. Do have like little bits leftover supports to deal with though. Thankfully they're nowhere near as annoying. But yeah, regardless of the 3D print store that we have kind of been proper bitten by the printing bug. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a whale of a time with it. I will probably still be buying Games Workshop kits from every now and then, for the most part. If it's a kit I absolutely desperately really want, and I have the money for it, totally. Or if I can't find like a suitable 3D print proxy for it that doesn't look kind of rubbish. Because not gonna lie, there are some that do. There are some that just don't quite hit the mark, and then there are others that are absolutely 1,000 times better. It's very variable. Just as a note as well, we do not offer recasting services through our 3D print store. Like, we're pretty happy to print almost anything. Not gonna lie, the Termagants are so much better than GW. That's fair. I've not gotten a hold of the new Termagants from GW yet, so I can't really compare them appropriately. They're definitely better than the old ones. But then again, so the new GW ones, they're better than the old ones as well. So it's very much your mileage varies, I guess. Also, I'm gonna turn down. Isn't that what I just painted up? I don't know if what you painted up was a 3D print of one, or if you actually printed up one of the new, as in actually from the box set Termagants. Oh. That's a little better. Not as harsh. Still a touch overexposed. I'm sure I can do something about that though. So 3D prints only have 2 models from GW and they were freebies at Warhammer Fest. Well, there you go then. There's the answer to that question. There we go. Oh, that's straight away better. It's like these finding eradicators, like already themed and designed to look like salamanders. That's pretty much ideal. It genuinely makes me happy. Can't help but feel like either this one I already cleaned up or... Ah, yes, okay. Oh god, see all the leftover supports on this. Woof. Ooh, is that lots of supports back here? Oof. I was going to say, I couldn't tell if that was just some leftover resin or if that was cat hair. I think that might have actually just been cat hair. Damn you, Oscar. So that tabletop inquiry meme that was posted with regards to airbrushing. Perfectly formulated to make cat hair adhere to your models. There we go. Right. Shoulder pad time. Oh. Whoops. Oh well. Never mind. Ah! Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that was a mistake. Ah! God damn it. There we go. Oh dear. Okay. Right. This is going to be a thing. Excuse me while I spend a bit of time peeling super glue off my fingers. And yes, I know I'm a bit of a scruff for chipping away at super glue off my fingers with my teeth, but you know, don't judge me, please. Yeah, I was thinking of titling the stream "Trans Girl Gets Sticky Stuff All Over Her Hands," or gets covered in sticky stuff, just for the memes. I thought better of it. Now it actually feels kind of appropriate. Right. Dear, oh dear. Right. Okay. What I don't like about these particular prints is how far out the shoulder pads come. That's something I would like to change if I could. Also, I just need some like plain shoulder pads as well. Just realised, because I did print off a couple and it didn't come out right. They just turned to a blob of resin, which wasn't good. I should have some somewhere though. Not sure where. That might have to be something I look at later. Right, round 2. Hopefully I don't get covered in super glue this time. Maybe if I just use a little bit. Less is more. That one fits a lot better. I wonder if it's just the angle that they're getting attached at. I wonder if I can pop that off without damaging it. Possibly not. Nah, don't want to risk it. Never mind. Tiny tad annoying, but there we are, I suppose. Oh no, aha, okay. Let's see if I can't try and get that angle a bit better. Or are we kind of just stuck with it like that, I wonder? I think we might just be kind of stuck with it. I think... Yeah, I think it's just that one model. Somehow we've managed to get it basically spot on. Although, actually... No, I am right. It is a case of angling it. It's just sort of angling it more towards the front. Yeah, you get that big gap at the back, but it kind of doesn't look as ridiculous. I'm not sure there's much we can do about this one. Like, I think that's just... Yeah, that's well and truly stuck on there now. Oh well. Yeah, I think if I were to try and jimmy that anymore, I'd run the risk of actually breaking it, which is not ideal considering I printed off the exact amount of shoulder pads I needed. No more than that. There we go. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. Let's see if I can't get that stuck back on there. Just be a case of dotting a little bit of resin just in between the legs there. Sticking you back in place. Oh. Okay, new plan. Let's get quite a bit of resin there. So we've got more to work with. Smush you into place. Oh. Come on. You know you want to. Ah. Fuck. Right. It's not the end of the world if I can't fix this. Just be nice if I could. There we go. If I just leave it like that, give it a quick blast with the UV torch. That should hopefully cure that all in place. Oh, okay. Right. Ah, damn it. That's actually completely cured now. Never mind. I tried. Yang carefully does it. Never mind, there goes another reliquary. Should have some sandpaper somewhere. I've got some sanding sponges. Oh yeah, just use the fine side just to buff it out a bit. And that, so much better now. Yeah, I can't go wrong with a little bit of sandpaper or some sanding sponges. I just really need to be careful not to breathe in all this resin dust. Here we go. Right. There we are. 10 Infernus Marines. And they're all getting some chapter-specific salamander shoulder pads. As I just need some generic shoulder pads just to finish off those eradicators. But that's something I can deal with later, probably off stream. Yeah, there we go. Thought that was going to be a problem there. Excuse the bit of leftover sprue on this replacement arm here. This did come fresh out my bits box. There we are. From here on out, should be nice and straightforward. Oh. I really didn't want to stay in place there for whatever reason. Hopefully that'll still be there in a couple of minutes or so and won't have just slid off. There we go. Think that does that. There we are. That's 10 Infernus Marines done. Feel like I'm making pretty damn good progress over here. Right, last of my 3D printed stuff to deal with, and it's a lot of them, and they're bloody annoying to say the least, and that's the Neurogaunts. So I kind of get the feeling this is probably going to take up the vast majority of the stream. Because I'm determined to get these done tonight if I can. Right, let's start by getting all the bodies out. Ugh. There we are. Don't know if it's all the resin making me sneeze or if it's hay fever kicking off. Could be a bit of column A, could be a bit of column B. To be honest, it probably doesn't help. Right, I am fully expecting to have some spares of the leggies and the armies over once all this is done. But for now, if I at least sort them out and separate them, that should make things a little bit easier for me. Emphasis on should. Right, I think that's all arms. And stick these all over here. Right. Now comes the fun bit. To be honest here, pose-wise, I don't really know what I'm doing with these. Just posing them in a way that makes sense, I guess. It's really the best thing I can do. I will say this much though, they all look a little bit weird when they just have legs on them. And this is the thing about super glue, is it takes bloody ages to dry. And until it dries, it's very moldable, very pliant, which is actually just more frustrating than it is helpful. Ah. Fucking hell. Right. Wasn't sure if that was actually even stuck in place. See, I have way more luck gluing these things to myself than I do to each other. There we go. I hope I'm getting these legs right. I honestly don't have the faintest idea if I am. I'm just kind of gluing them in a way that makes sense. Even if it doesn't necessarily. I may also be gluing them in such a way that allows the super glue to keep the limb in place. So if it locks into that position, then so be it. I'm kind of not really caring if it makes a massive amount of sense. So long as it allows the super glue to dry, that's all I care about. Because there's a lot of these positions where the superglue board line just doesn't want to do anything. Like this, for instance. So if it decides the superglue wants to stay in this particular position, so be it. Know when your mother always told you, be careful or your face will stick that way? This is probably what they were meaning. I like to think. Ah, there we go. it stick its leggy out. Right. Just a heads up, this could entirely be what the rest of the stream ends up being. Yeah, he's still hoping that just stays put. No idea if it will or not. This is the thing I've never fully understood about Tyranids. Why hooves? Like, they're supposed to be a species that adapts and evolves life forms perfectly suited to the very specific tasks at hand. So why hooves? Like, you'd think hooves would be the least efficient configuration for any feat. It's like, do we want them perfectly suited for speed? Do we want them suited for precision and like expert turning and handling? Do we want them maybe to have webbed feet so that way they can also have the opportunity to swim? Or give them prehensile style monkey feet so they can grab onto things and swing from structure to structure? Or giant man ripping claws like the cassowary, so they can use even their feet as weapons, including all the other weapons they have. But no, the non-queens were clearly like, no, they make them do the clippy clops. We like the sound of clippy clops. I mean, heck, the fact that they even have the Neurotyrants and Zoanthropes, which are all tentacular and such, and like glide through the air via means of their psychic brain powers, suggests that clearly they at least have some understanding that evolution, like feet in certain configurations, are like evolutionary dead ends. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I will see to that shortly. Probably after I've got this one particular leggy in place. Yeah. There we go. Thank you kindly. That was greatly appreciated. I think I'm a leg short. I will have to double check that. One more leg gear's got a box of them. I might need some. I think I might be one left leggy short. are primed, is that okay? Yeah, absolutely. It'll just get reprimed. It's no big deal. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, that one's not exactly usable. Ah, fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Right, okay. Oh, yeah, it turns out I was like, what? Too short. Okay. Yeah, that should do it. Right. Okay, so those 4 all have both legs, so I can just start working on the ones that don't. Yeah. Oh, there's something that really do not want to stay in place. Come on. Okay, that's frustrating. There we go. Slowly getting there. Yeah, I know building streams aren't the most entertaining of streams to come back with, but I kind of wanted something nice and chilled and low stakes. And as I say, it's just far too warm to paint. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I won't actually be able to do anything with it because I don't have any drink left, so... Sorry. I could take a bit of a break and go refill my glass, but I kind of don't feel like it, if that makes sense. Hydrate or dihydrate? I choose dihydrate. You're gonna keep spamming that. I'm sure I set a cooldown timer on those damn things. Looks like this one's gonna stick its leggy out. Just because that's the only way the pose in this sculpt actually makes any sense. He stick his leggy out real far. Cooldown broke a few weeks back. What? Why was I not made aware of this? Consider you just redeemed 4 hydrates. I feel like that's a message very clearly sent. And to be honest with you, yeah, I am starting to get a little bit of a headache because of partly how late it is, but also because it's fun to do this. Well, so long as you're enjoying yourself, I suppose that's what matters. Right, yeah, I'm gonna go fill my glass with some water. I'll be right back. And I'm back. And it means I can now actually redeem that those 4 hydrates. That's 2. 3. There, I think that qualifies. Hopefully I've not also given myself kidney failure. Well, to be honest with you, in this heat, I think that's going to be difficult to do. Whoa. Okay. Also managed to nab some spare shoulder pads to finish off the eradicators. And I've now just flooded with super glue and stuck to my fucking fingers. Ah. It's okay, it's just a little bit of extra texture. It's fine. Ah. Okay, right. I'm just being a bit more careful, might be necessary. Yeah. Right. Yeah. The only thing I can think of is because these are meant to be Gravis scale Marines, I think they require Gravis shoulder pads, which are generally a little bit bigger anyway. That might be why they're so hard to get right without just looking kind of silly. At the same time, I feel kind of committed now, so I also kind of don't want to change it. Right. Back to gluing leggies to some nids. There we go. Still got all the arms to do on these things yet as well. And sort of having to think about the pause of them as I'm building them as well. Because if I get this wrong, then they're not even going to be able to stay upright on the base. Two, three, four, five, six, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I feel like I've ended up with 1 spare somehow. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. No, fuck. Yeah, this one's gonna have to sort of kick its leg out, as if it's mid run. Bit like that. It's kind of the only way that really makes any sense. There we go. I didn't think I was ever going to get that there. Right. Not entirely certain how this is gonna go together on the base just yet. Suppose that could make sense. Yeah, man, there we go. Yeah, theoretically this one should be a lot more straightforward. Just so long as that leggy stays in place. No, it wants to fall out. Okay. Just glue it in at a slight angle like that. Then we can still have it on the base, upright. Oh, god damn it. So close. So close. Fuck's sake. Thing is, I know I'd have the exact same problems if this were with plastic glue, just with less risk of me gluing my own fingers together. Right, so fingers crossed that's staying put. Right, okay, because we've got a double bent leg situation here. This might be a bit... No, okay, we're fine. This might be a bit tricky, this one. Let's see if we can't figure something out. Okay. You know what? I can live with that. Oh my god, why didn't I think of doing that sooner? Like, literally posing them as if they would be on top of the base. And so just sort of smushing them together. Like, this makes things so much easier. Just sort of like that. And just letting the weight of everything mush everything together until the super glue sets, and then it's just, yeah, nice and easy like that. Oh my god, that makes everything so much better. And I have a spare leggy. Okay, this one's proving to be a little bit tricky. Okay, I think that might have it. Hi, Pillow Look. Yes. Yes, indeed. Because I have a 3D printer, why not use it? Ah, crikey. Right, stay there. No. Grr. Again, I can see this being a fingers glued to model situation. Well, as it just so happens, we are running a little bit of a sale on our 3D print store. Exclamation point 3D down in chat. 25% off all orders £15 and above. Just as a little bit of a thing there. But no, seriously, like, genuinely, they are well worth getting a hold of. Right, I almost wish I could repause these now. Literally can't have one rented, one bed flat with no ventilation. Ah, okay, fair enough. No, I completely understand that. We're quite lucky that we're renting, but we do have a house that has a lot of pretty good ventilation. Right, I'm going to pop that over there so I can give that to my partner so she can have some spare leggies. I like to print some Warhammer Fantasy Battle stuff, so if I did have one. Alright. I mean, I'm just quite enjoying printing off, like, for personal use, of course, only. Lots of different 40k proxies. Probably also going to be printing off a load of D&D stuff as well. Because, oh my god, is it going to absolutely elevate my home games to, like, the next level. But of course, we do have to give a legal disclaimer that we, strictly speaking, do not print for sale at any rate. Things that we don't have commercial licenses for, or that recast stuff of Games Workshop. So even though I am currently putting together a whole bunch of recast Games Workshop stuff. This is purely for my own personal use. I'm so glad the arms are a lot easier to put together on these models than the legs have been. I actually feel like I'm making progress now. Oh, fairness, considering I got a Demonette, a Cryptek, a squad of Eradicators, and 10 Infernus Marines assembled tonight, I think I've done pretty damn well, and now like actually making pretty quick work through all these Neurogaunts. Like, depending on how much time I've got, the only other main thing I really would like to get done tonight is to do some stuff with Vashtor's base. Because I'm at a point with Vashtor now that I kind of can't really continue with him until I've sorted his base out. I've got ideas, but because I didn't do any of that first, and it does mean I'm going to need to reprime the base, I'm kind of like stuck in a weird limbo with him. So I know I was doing Vashtor as my like main stream project for the longest time, and I've kind of not done much with him for a while. Don't worry, I've not abandoned him completely. I'm actually at a point where he's almost done. The model itself is finished. I just need to do some work on the hammer and apply some OSL and some glow to things like all the vents and things on him. And then there's just really the base. But in order to do the base, I need to finish it first. Come on, there we go. There we go. Got that into place. And here's the hoping I don't have an uneven number of these damn things. Because I don't want to have to go fishing for spare arms again. There we are. No, I've got the exact right amount. Actually, I think I've got one spare, looking at it. Here we go. There's little pokey arms in there. Right. That's actually left me with one spare, which is good. I can work back round and start doing all the right arms now. Then it's just getting them on the bases, and then that's a slot done. Ah, crap. Come on, you can do it. You know you want to stay in place. There we go. Rawr. Slice, slice, slice. One little Neurogaunt. Just set him up like that. Might need a bit more super glue there. Don't want to overdo it, but just didn't seem to want to stick into place. Ah. Come on. Come on. You can do it. In you get. Ooh, this one's proving to be a difficult. Oh, there we go. Ah, fuck. I just wanted to get a quick look at what the pause was going to end up looking like, and it just, yeah. Decided it really wants to be glued to my fingers instead of into that socket. Come on. I am not going to glue more. I'm not going to put more glue in there, because I don't need to. Shouldn't have to. Alright, looks like we are. Not ideal, but here we go. If it gets it in there. Right, if this keeps causing problems like this, I might just have to crack the big guns out, and by that I mean dab of resin and the UV torch, because it really does not want to stay in place for any longer than a couple of seconds without just sliding around and falling out. So yeah. Oh, I think we might have it. Oh, god damn it. So close. Nah, okay. Fine. That's how we want to play it. That's how we want to play it. Dab of resin. Smush that up in there. Quick blast with the UV torch. About 10-20 seconds. And there we go. Well, so if it really comes down to it, I might just assemble them all like that. It might be easier. Yeah, honestly, this is probably the best way to do it. Gets it done quicker. Don't have to faff around with super glue. And it's a stronger bond anyway. It just means there's no second guessing the pose. That's the pose it's staying in. And you just kind of have to deal with it. So I don't mind doing this with the arms. I would not have done this with the legs. With the legs, it's quite helpful having that like little bit of flex of movement, just so you can kind of get it adjusted in the socket right before committing yourself to, right, this is absolutely the position that that's going to stay in. The arms, it doesn't matter so much because they're all kind of similar. You know, as long as it's in a kind of vaguely menacing, is about to slice you into pieces kind of look, doesn't really matter so much. Like, there are some very obvious ways the claws are meant to orient themselves in those sockets, just based on how they fit in there. But for the most part, it's all kind of much of a muchness. I'll tell you what though, this thing has been one of the best purchases I've ever made. I'll say it's probably not doing my eyes any good, but you know, I'm not like staring directly at the light, so I should be fine. I'll say this much as well, cleanup wise, significantly easier to clean up than super glue is. bit too much there. He's got a proper little crab pose on him. Nope. Okay, yeah, that really didn't want to stay put. Ah, there we go. Just had to find the right angle in the socket. Oh god, that's an even weirder pose. That almost looks wrong. He's got stumpy feet, I just realised. It's like he's doing a shuffle. I can already see how some of these are going to look on the base, and some of them are just going to look kind of ridiculous. There's no two ways about it. But hey, they're my Tyranids. They wouldn't be mine if they weren't at least a little silly. Aw, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh. Whoops. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, this might be a bit tricky. I think that's gotten in there. Oh god, I'm concerned this is not gonna sit on the base now if I stick that in there. So do I risk trying to reposition it, or that could work? It's not quite a good fit. The other alternative would be to get one of the curved ones. the ones that are really sort of curved in on itself, and try to fit that in there instead. Yeah, I might have to. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's a lot better. That kind of goes without saying. But I can probably use this one over here instead, with pretty minimal fuss. Yep, there we go. Yeah, sometimes working at them from this particular angle, like bottom up, actually gives you a better idea as to how they're supposed to fit into the socket. At least with the arms, the legs, it's not quite so easy. Oh god, it's already midnight. Yikes. I will probably have to stop soon. But I'm only down to like the last 3 of these. And then I just need to get them on bases. Just means I might have to work on Vashtor's base outside of the stream, but we'll deal with that later. It's that random patch of like UV reactive stuff. Oh, it's just a little blob of resin, I think. Like already cured and everything, but it's yeah, that's kind of gnarly. I think it needs a little bit longer. There we go. Yeah, I wish I'd just done this instead of trying to fight with super glue, because honestly this is making things go so much quicker. Like, it's not a perfect solution, definitely not. You do run the risk of going up a load of detail. So it is kind of a trade-off in that regard. Looks like he's trying to do the Superman. Go. Right. Just for the sake of neatness, I'm just gonna crack all these off their supports so I can give these spare arms to my partner for her Neurogaunts. And then I've got all these to put on bases. Right. We got all the fun of trying to figure out poses for these daft bastards. Because I'm not 100% certain they're going to make a massive amount of sense. Oh god. This one especially. Oh, look at that. It looks like he's cocking his leg up for a piss. So when you take your Neurogaunt out for a walk. Oh god. There's literally just going to have this one connection point to the base. I don't like that. That makes me nervous. I mean, yeah, I know it's not much better than like with the official Tyranids. But yikes. Big yikes. And God only knows how long I'm going to have to sit here just holding this like this for, just to make sure that that actually stays put. Oh. That was a lot better than I expected. Well, he's kind of like off-center of the base. Sort of half hanging off of it. But again, he looks like he's cocking his leg against the wall. Make of that what you will. I mean, this guy here is in a bit of a similar position, but he at least kind of looks like he's in mid-run, so it's not as bad. Yep. Okay, let's try that again. Because we're gluing resin to hard plastic, what we've done up to this point of using uncured resin and UV light to try and glue it into place isn't really going to work here. I mean, you could theoretically still do it to try and like maybe give it a bigger footprint to attach to. Just stops it from tipping over quite so easily, but honestly, it's not too bad. That seems to be okay. Right, theoretically, this one can just stand on its own 2 feet. Yeah, okay, I think we're fine with that. I have to wonder, are these definitely 25 milled scale? Because these feel like they should be 28s. But it's a bit like the Termagants. Like, they've upped the base size of Termagants from 25s to 28s, yet they still feel like they should be bigger. Like, maybe about 32s. Anyway, I kind of want him supported by his left foot. Well, he doesn't want to stay upright if I do. Oh, no, no, there we are. Got him in the end. It's like, that's the pose that they're all supposed to have, but let's just say mine don't. And we'll leave it at that. Okay. Ooh, okay. Right. Yes, I'm aware I might be overcompensating this issue with just by adding more super glue, but hopefully it'll pay off. Like I said, who thought it was a good idea for Tyranids to have hooves? Like, they're meant to be sort of vaguely arthropod-esque. Arthropods don't have hooves. Why would they ever evolve hooves? In fact, the term arthropod literally relates directly to their method of movement. If I remember my Latin correct. Yeah, literally means joint and foot. Which for the most part Tyranids do. But then they have hooves, for some reason. God damn it. Really does not want to stay upright on this. Oh, for piss sake. Yeah, I don't care if I'm getting my hand stuck to it now. There we go. Right. I think that's the best. God damn it. Right, okay. Let's try that again. They're very front-heavy models. Like, no matter which position I put this in, it just wants to fall flat on its face. Oh, so close. Right, I think I'm just gonna have to leave that alone for a little bit. Maybe work on the next one. This one, this should be a little bit easier. I say. Oh no, now that I think about it, it's going to be yet another one that's only going to have the one connection point. Okay, can move that one over there now. Carefully does it. There we are, 4 down. Another 6-ish? 7 to go, actually. Okay, we've got a Crabinid here. Sort of scuttle pose. Theoretically, this one should be much easier to pose. Yeah. That took almost no effort. Yeah. There we go. And just like that, we're almost halfway through them. Oh god, here's another awkward one. Weird running pose. Like, all in all, they're actually looking really good. I'm really happy with them. I'm not even entirely sure what pose this is. It's like he's popping a squat. Wait, have I done this wrong? Oh, no, it's because I've got spares, that's why. Yeah, it's because I've got spare node beasts, which I'm guessing are these guys with like the bigger head plates on them. So there's like 1, 2, 3 that I don't actually need. Either that or I miscounted the bases, which is also a possibility. Because there should be 11 of these total. Okay, now do we want to one that posed like that or like that? Like that, I think. We've got a couple cocking there. Left leg's up. We'll have one cocking his right leg up. That makes more sense. Yeah, I must have miscounted these. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh no, I've got spare regular Neurogaunts as well. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna chuck these in. Yeah. So someone can have those. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna pick ones with sensible poses now, just for these last two. Either that or that. Don't really. Oh, I don't really suppose it matters, but clearly it does to some extent. There we are. That's 11 Eurogons. That's worked out quite nicely, all things considered. Great. Only really one more thing that I definitely want to do. Before we end the stream, and that's sort out the Neurotyrant, because I do have a Neurotyrant. Right. Five Tyrants are 60 mils. For the Neurotyrant. Seems to be 50. Don't know if that's right or not. Yep, 50 mils. Okay. That's that's basically perfect. That's probably why I bought the 50 mil bases in the first place, now that I think about it. Was about to say that bit of overhang there because it stuck it in the wrong place. There we go. That should do it. Now this thing I am going to be doing in sub-assemblies, which is really, really irritating because it means the arms are going to be very difficult to get onto it. But like, genuinely, I'm going to struggle to get those, to get this thing on. It's sort of weird head crest thing. If those arms are in place. Like, to be honest with you, there's every possibility that that's just going to get damaged anyway. But the arms make it almost a certainty. Like, it's one of the most awkward sub-assemblies I've ever seen in my life. But I genuinely can't see a better way of doing it. Like, it's clearly supposed to go in that, like that. Hey, Hut Armories. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, getting those arms on is probably going to make that very tricky to achieve, I think. I suppose I could give it a go. Worst case scenario, it just means I need to reprint it. I really don't want to have to, though. Doing pretty okay watching and building. I'm doing alright, actually. I'm getting a little bit tired, but it is like nearly 1 in the morning. So I'm probably going to stop pretty soon. And all this really means is I'm just going to need another building session at some point soon. Whether or not that happens on stream or off stream, I don't quite know yet, but it's a thing. Because I got a fair few more models to build. Some yeah, I can see straight away what the problem that having those arms glued in place is going to cause in terms of trying to get this thing on. So they might have to be glued on last, which I really don't want to do because I don't want to have to do these daft things in sub-assemblies. That just seems ridiculous to me. It's a shame. So unsatisfying. But hey, at least I've, for the most part, got a Neuro Tyrant. And it's now on its base as well, which is good. There we are. I now have like 2 drawers worth of stuff that needs priming. Just stab myself on a Ripper Swarm. I am very smart. Ooh. Oh dear. Oh. How is it possible to stab yourself on a Ripper Swarm? They're like, of the Tyranids, they're kind of like the least spindly and sharp of them. They're all just mostly smooth. At least that was my previous understanding of them. I acknowledge I could be very wrong. Right. 20 to 1. I've been going for 3.5 hours. Do I stop or do I start doing some basing work on Vashtor? I will fully admit I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sure about that. Like, I suspect I probably should. Just to kind of get it out the way. I suppose may as well do. Okay, right. Let's have some fun with some clockworks, shall we? Right, now I've still got a load of texture paste from a project from a while back that I can use to build up around that sort of raised central point of the base. Anyway, I think that's a pretty strong, striking look already. And just for reference's sake, all this stuff is just some texture paste mixed in with some sand. Gives it that sort of nice gritty, craggly kind of effect. I'm just kind of applying it the same way I would with any of Citadel's texture paints. Just using this cheap artist palette knife as a texture spreader. This kind of works on the same principle, just on a larger scale. Gonna clean up that rim there, because no one likes a dirty rim. Something to be very careful I don't get any of this texture on the model itself. It's easier said than done. Right. I still have quite a bit of that left as well. Well, it wasn't bad making up the amount that I made with that. That's lasted me a long time. Actually, I'll keep that to hand, because I'm probably going to need that for smushing things around and in place as we get those bits of clockwork in and around. I genuinely have no idea if that stuff's going to stay there or not. I'm just going to snip some of these bigger gears into pieces. Just to make some interesting shapes. Yep. God, you know, that's where that ended up. Oh. I dare say that'll turn up at some point. Right. Let's find a nice big chunk of it here that we can just slide that into like so. I think we'll get a couple of smaller ones that we can just sort of dot around here and there. So like one in there, one. Maybe over here. Now we have that one standing upright. There we are. Now it kind of looks like the cogs of some kind of like ancient, broken, forgotten machinery that that he can use to build all of his demon engines with. That and the front there, I'm not super sure about. We can probably take a bit of a less is more approach there, like maybe about that. Maybe stick that one there around. I kind of don't want to overcrowd the base too much with this stuff. That way it kind of detracts a bit from the actual main model itself. So I think I'll just clean that one off and pop that one back. I think we'll bury that one a bit more so it's sort of half submerged. This bit here, I definitely want this bit stood upright. So this is where the spatula comes into handy, as we can smush that down in and around, offer it a bit more support. Because what should happen is that all this should dry pretty rock solid. There we go. All that should dry pretty rock solid with enough exposure to oxygen. And because all those bits are sort of like half sticking out of it, they should all pretty much stay in place. Exception of this one, I might need to apply a little bit of super glue with that one, but and again, if we again, sort of half submerge it. So we build up some of that texture around it. I mean, if it falls off, we can glue it back into place, but the point is, we shouldn't need to. Right. And that adds an extra little level of sort of mechanicalness to Vashtor's base. Okay. Pop that there. Pop these bits back. And I think we're going to end the stream there tonight. So, hi Arielaziu. Apologies if I butchered your name there. Moin, yes. Yes, unfortunately you're sliding in just as we're about to pack up for the night. But thank you either way, it's much appreciated. Yeah, I think we're just going to end it. I'll be back again tomorrow night for a video game stream, Spooky Saturday. I haven't quite fully committed to what exactly I'm going to do tomorrow yet. I'm a bit reluctant to start anything story related just yet, because I want to try and finish off Poppy Playtime Chapter 2 probably next week. So I might do something a little different, but I don't quite know yet. We'll see. Otherwise... that'll be probably about 10 o'clock tomorrow night because we're a bit busy on the evening time. So it won't be as early as it usually is. Next week, schedule's going to be a little bit up in the air still because I need to work a whole bunch of stuff out. I might even take an entire week off streaming for the most part just so I can focus on getting all that in place. But otherwise... I will see you all next time. Bye. Away the painter did the Transcolor Zinch Flamer like a year or two ago. Yes, if it's the one I think it is, potentially. Give me a sec. Instagram. Fair, I was thinking about like all week while building the Teach Mini. It's funny that I caught you at just the end of a stream. Yes, give me a second. If I pull up the picture... I'm only saying this because I think I know which one you're talking about. And the weird thing is, it wasn't actually Trans Pride. This one. If this is the one you're thinking of. Because, yes, that is mine. But it's not actually Trans Pride, believe it or not. It's kind of fun that it works out that way, but because everything's changed now, though I think they still have this weapon profile in Age of Sigmar. The Exalted Flamers have two variants of their flames, pink flames and blue flames, and I decided, well, why the heck not actually represent that on the mini itself by giving it pink and blue flames? Zinch got a changing your fate, but the colours are pink, white, and blue. I know, it's, yeah, completely unintentional, but it's a thing. Weirdly enough, I end up doing this sort of thing a lot. Like, this was actually an intentionally Trans Pride mini. That's different. I did that on purpose. However, where is it? It's one of my, there it is. One of my whips, work in progress shots of the Shard of the Void Dragon. Pink, white, blue. Not on purpose, I say that for a fact, but it's kind of fun that it worked out that way. Pink and blue horror minis predate the trans pride flag, which is so funny to me. Exactly. And heck, I mostly play Thousand Suns and Demons of Zinch, so pink and blue horrors, like, they kind of natural, really. And to be honest with you, when you actually look at the Flamers of Zinch anyway, they're just kind of the same design as a lot of the horrors, just sort of malformed and weird. You're welcome. No, it's all good. It's all good. That was quite a fun little jaunt down memory lane. It's a small world. That's all I can say. But yes, I'll be back tomorrow night, and I will see you all for more painting sometime next week, I think, more than likely. See you later. Bye!